afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for taking out your precious time and also allowing me to take this small PD with you all. First of all, I will introduce my own self. I am Ajeshni Lata Sharma, and I am a counselor at Western Bright Mile. So, thank you all once again for allowing me to come and join this session with you all to take a small PD. You can introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. Myself, I am Mrs. Kirti Chand and I come from Tirupati, Lotuka.
Okay.
Good afternoon, my name is Elsie. I am 15 years old. I'm schooling under Kotaka Science College and I am in
Good afternoon, my name is Komal Preet Singh and I work as an admin clerk at Ahmadiyya Muslim Primary School.
Good afternoon, my name is Jasmine Singh and I am doing commercial cookery in USP.
Okay. Thank you so much. So we can see that we all friends are sitting here with different background, different places we are working. So I can see that this PD can be a successful one because we'll be getting more views, more ideas from different places, isn't it? So I hope everyone can see the slides, but I have presented the pamphlets and other empty booklets on the table with you. So I'm pretty sure you can go with me. So the topic today I'm going to discuss is building healthy self-esteem, your journey to unshakable self-worth. So, sorry, I forgot to tell you, within this session, I request everyone, if you have phones, to put on silent mode. Please don't mind, but just a request. So the subtitle is A Practical Guide to Understanding, Cultivating and Maintaining a Positive Relationship with yourself. As I have introduced myself, my name is written there and that's my ID. So the slide showing is what is self-esteem. The title we can read from the slide, more than just feeling good content. What is self-esteem? We can see self-esteem is your overall sense of personal value and self-worth. It's the reputation you have with yourself. So I'm sure that everyone knows what is self-esteem, isn't it? It's not about arrogance or thinking you are better than others. So we all are human beings. At times we think that, no, I'm on right. I'm always right. Isn't it? No. Some of you are sitting here are mothers. You also can understand children are also right. Not always the mothers are right. We have to listen to the children as well. Sometimes parents are going on a wrong track. So children do say something and then we can accept. Isn't it? So that we can say that not we are always right. It's the foundation of your mental and emotional well-being as well. It influences your choices, relationships, and resilience. any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. You can ask anytime as you wish to. So we can discuss further on there. The second slide shows the two sides of the coin. So that's general, right? We all at times we play something, and then if we want to get an answer from someone, then we always toss a coin, isn't it? So one side of the coin is head and the other is a tail. Right. So we all know that. So self-esteem, where do you stand? We always ask ourselves, we can ask ourselves, where do I stand? Right? So healthy means high. When you are healthy, that's the high self-esteem. Confidence in your abilities, right? There is a confidence. So every time it's a confidence, we can say we have confidence, right? Sometimes in public places, if we call someone in between and that person is not prepared, if we give them a mic to say, he is more smart, more educated, but he don't have confidence to speak, isn't it? Right. He or she don't have confidence. In schools, when we ask the children to say oratory, they are very smart. They are getting ducks in the school. But can they speak? No, they can't speak. The person who is coming last, he is able to say that he can be a orator. Because he has confidence to say. His mind is going everywhere. Right? So that's we can always ask with us that are we confident? Right? Ability to say no, and we also have to set some of the boundaries where at times we have to say no because whenever we have. As you all said that we are working and you are USP student and she is a school student, right? And you also, madam, you are working in a such environment as an admin officer. So I'm 100% sure that you have to answer everyone, even your head of school, the teachers, right? And also the school management. Right. I'm sure that you must be looking after plenty, yeah, plenty things. Right. The attendance should be on time. The punctuality of you. Right. All those things. So at times, in between, the workload comes to you which is not in your journey. Right. So you must be a soft, like you can't say no to anyone, but at times you have to say no because that will bring your stress level high. Right? And also, you must be, your health is not good, but you are, at the other hand, you must be thinking about your school. You must be thinking that if I won't be present there, who's going to handle my office work? Who's going to do work with my head of school? Right? And if you must be thinking to take a leave and the phone calls is always there. But so you can put your phone to a silent mode and do rest so that your health is okay. Right? So you always set your boundaries to say no to some of the people and which is not in your JD. Right? So you always have to balance your work with your workplace and your family time as well. Sometimes I must be knowing that family in the families also there must be something, right? Right, but you can't say no to your parents. You have to fulfill your parents as well. Right? You wanted to say no, you wanted to rest, but your parents say go there, or whatever you bring. But you have to say no, that I need some time. Right? I will do your work, but I need some time. I will rest and then I will move on, right? Resilience in the face of setbacks, realistic view of strengths and weaknesses. When you are in your healthy self-esteem, you also have to see what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, right? What are your weaknesses and what are your strengths, right? As I have mentioned just now, that your weakness is you can't say no, right? But if you say no to that person, that it will become your strength, right? It will relieve your stress, relieve your pain, head, headache, and other thing as well. Low self-esteem, intense self-criticism and doubts, people pleasing and fear of disapproval, difficulty accepting positive feedback, tolerating poor treatment from others. So, what can we say from here? We are facing difficulty, right? As I have mentioned that sometimes we think that we are always right. Though that whatever the opposite partner says that to you, he is wrong or he is right, but whatever you are saying, you think that I am always right, isn't it? So with that, sometimes the conflict arises. That comes to stress. That makes your stress level high, isn't it? Because you keep on thinking that no, he is wrong or she is wrong. Whatever I am saying is right. Because inside you can't accept the positive appearance, you can't accept from anyone, right? So that is the positive feedback. You are facing difficulty, right? And tolerating poor treatment from others. Tolerate others because of your wrong friendship, wrong people. At times you can't think. You are coming from a good background, but if your friends are, if your peer group, peer pressure, they are putting pressure on you, right? Because you are coming from a good background, your dressing is proper, you are listening to your parents, always on time at home, you are not going anywhere with others, you are giving some time with your friends group. But if they are coming from like broken families or anywhere, that the parents are separated, the father is with another wife, mother is with another man, then that child is lagging behind, isn't it? Your friend. So she will always say, she goes home night and she will put all this pressure on you. Why you want to go home so early? Why you not looking for a boyfriend, roaming around with boyfriend, use his or her money. So all these are you are tolerating your friends, right? So when you go home late, you have to listen from your parents. At times parents start to beat you or something, and you are hiding all those things, whatever your friends are telling you. So you are tolerating your friends, and on the other hand, you are getting good hiding from your parents. So that comes to a, brings you in a sick place. You are not healthy, your stress management, because you are balancing your friend as well and your parents as well. Right? Why does it matter? The ripple effect, the impact of your self-worth. Mental health protects against anxiety and depression, And relationships allows for healthier, more balanced connections. Achievement fuels motivation and willingness to take on challenges. Resilience provides the strength to bounce back from failure and criticism. Next slide. Where does it come from? The roots of self-esteem. It's not set in stone. Childhood experiences, feedback from parents, teachers, and peers. So, as I have mentioned, whatever you get the feedback, so that is the root of the self-esteem. Social media and society, comparing ourselves to curated, unrealistic standards. So, as I can elaborate more on this, that we always want to compare, right? We always want to compare as children. For example, in schools, if a child goes to a school, right? If suppose I have a child in class 3, and I'm a single mother, right? And I'm renting, and my income is not that much. Am I able to give my child with a McDonald's or Burger King every day? Right? No. But on the other hand, a parent, mother, father are both working. Right? The parent every time brings the lunch to the child, give the lunch to the child in the classroom. Every time from the restaurant, from Burger King, from McDonald's. And what my child will my child want to go to school?
No.
Why? Because the child will come home and putting pressure on the mother, isn't it?
Yes.
Because the child will definitely say, because nowadays we can also compare our time and this time. This time, if a mother will say one word, the child will say two words. But when we reverse ourselves, when a mother will say one word, the child will never say a word. Can you see all that difference as we go on? After 10 years, then you can see that more changes. But in this we can say that because the child will come home and say, you are not a good mother. You are not a good mother. You can't feed me. You can give me all that what I want. But then the mother will go and sit in a corner and cry that I don't have support, but my child is not understanding. I don't have that much money. How can I give? Because of one McDonald or whatever it is cost $20, $16, more than $15. So how can I give them for a week? Isn't it? That costs $50 to $100. So it always comes from the root of the self-esteem, right? Life experience, successes, failures, and trauma, and the inner critic, the ongoing internal dialogue we have about ourselves. Okay, meet your inner critic. The title is Recognizing the Voice of Self-Doubt Content. The inner critic is a protective but misguided part of us. It often speaks in absolutes. You always, you never, you are such a. See, I told you that the blame will come on the parents. You are always like this. You never give me this. Right? You are such a bad mother. You can't fulfill me. But the other child thinking, as soon as they, Mommy, I want want 20 lakh. Right? Even though, mommy, I want 20 lakh. Mommy, I want, M-Pesa me $15. Buy me a recharge. But the first question, where is the first question? Ma, do you have money? That sentence can be coming in a polite way. Ma, do you have money? Can I borrow? I want recharge. I want to go out for movie with my friends. Right. So if a child will understand the situation of a environment where mother is struggling or father is struggling or the parents entire family are struggling, if a child will not compare that situation with the friends, then they will understand. They have to understand. Everyone needs to understand because we all are human beings, isn't it? Its goal is to shield you from failure and judgment. But it does so by holding you back. Sometimes it's not only the children with the parents, it's also with a husband and a wife. If a wife goes to some family function, and if the wife's in that function we sit and we always observe others, isn't it? The dressing of other lady, heavy saris. If we go in a puja, we don't listen to the whatever the people are saying. We always see their dressing, how they. If your dressing is little bit dull from the other one, definitely as soon as they enter the house, the family conflict arises. You can't give me that 600, he or she is wearing 600 worth of saris. So then again conflict, again they don't talk, start to sleep in separate rooms. All those stress management is going high, isn't it? So this is the thing we can say that it's a lot of stress management we can face at the moment. Challenging your inner critic. Next slide. Talk back to the negative voice. Notice when the critic is speaking. Ask, is this thought 100% true? What's the evidence for and against it? Replace the critical thought with a more compassionate and realistic one. Instead of, I totally failed that presentation, try parts of my presentation were strong and I know what to improve for next time. So with this slide, it says that talk back to the negative voice. We have to open our mouth when we are not satisfied with what they are telling us. Right? Sometimes at a workplace, the boss will come, a manager will come, and he will not understand the ground level of how the workers are going through. But he will just enter and start to say back to the workers. But if you are a worker, you are on your right track, you have to talk back. Yeah, voice out. Raise your voice so that the boss can understand where you are standing at this time, at that time. Right? So if you are schooling, at times you must be going to your school, and the timetable says the class will start from 9 ends at 1. Right? And you can see, you can keep on see that if whole week your lecturer is coming at 11 o'clock, you going rushing from your home, isn't it? You are rushing from your home, going there early in the morning, sitting there from 9 and waiting your lecturer till 11. So one day it's acceptable, 2 days it's acceptable, but every day, no. So you have to raise your voice so that you can also take up your time you can manage your time in the morning and you can reach there by 11 so that same time lecturer comes and your class starts. What's the use of sitting there with the previous timetable and your lecturer is coming at 11? So you have to voice out. You have to raise when you think that you are on a right track. The power of self-compassion. We have two parts of this. So we'll discuss the first part first, and then we'll go move on to the second part. Kindness as a strength. Treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend. So you treat yourself with the same kindness and understand you would offer a good friend. So every time it's not that you only choose a good friend, right? You can't choose a good friend because you don't know who is good and who is bad, right? As you be with that person, if you don't feel comfortable with them, you can just move away, right? Just try to reduce your meeting time and all those things. You can manage yourself, right? It's not you have to fight with that person because we don't know that when we need all those persons, right? When it comes to a need, but then if you, I know, I also understand that when we socialize somewhere, we make good new friends, right? But we don't know. But if a friend is not suitable for you, who always ruin your family, trying to ruin your studies, so what are you going to do? Because your studies is the most, right? When we study, that level will be getting good, isn't it? So we can be choosing the good friends. How will we know? If anyone is sitting here who can't hear, will I able to know? By looking at you, will I able to know that you have a hearing problem, right? You have a sighting problem. Unless he or she will tell me that I can hear, I can see, then that's where. If you can't walk, it's fine. We can see, right? So likewise, we can be choosing a good friends and good partners as well, right? It is not self-pity or making excuses, right? As I have mentioned, that you don't have to fight with that friend to leave he or her, right? You can manage your own ways that how I'm going to keep a distance with that particular person, right? Because self-esteem is something where your reputation is coming in, right? Your reputation. If, for example, I am also working in such a place, and my name, there is a no dot on my name, but if I will be following a path of a friend who is always running after the boyfriends, but in a workplace, I have to work with her, isn't it? But after once I move out from the gate, do I know her? No, I don't know her. That is my perspective, my ways of like. That's my under what is I'm thinking, right? But if you'll be following her footstep everywhere, though what will people say? Oh, I have seen that lady with the. Last week I have seen that lady with that man. Another week I have seen that lady with that man. So I think Ajishni was with that lady. She must be like that as well, isn't it? But in a workplace, if I'm working, I have to. Under one roof, I have to. Because I'm talking with her, for my work. Right? I'm taking what is right. Not I'm taking all the things. Right? Am I right or wrong? So that is, you can't make excuses. You have to follow your own footsteps. Research shows self-compassion is a more powerful predictor of resilience than self-esteem itself. Anyone has any questions?
No, no.
Okay. The power of self-compassion part 2. How to practice it. So how we are going to practice? The first part was kindness of our strength. Right? We have to choose our ways of living out what that we can go towards the weakness, we have to look for the strength. But the second part is how to practice it. How we can practice. Right? The content, as we can say, mindfulness. Acknowledge your pain without judgment. This is hard right now. What can you understand with this? Anyone? Mindfulness. Acknowledge your pain without judgment.
We can, like, we do not judge it. We do not judge what pain we are going through. We know it's just a pain.
Yes. We do not judge. And at times we have lot of pain in ourselves. But we don't show. We don't show to anyone. If we lost someone in the family, our loved ones, right? We don't show anyone. But still we have to walk. We have to move on. We can't be sitting down with that, thinking of that only one thing. Keep on thinking, and we leave everything behind. Isn't it? So, we can't be judging our pain. Because if we'll judge, that's what I said, we have to, if we'll judge on that particular thing, then we have to sit down and think. Keep on thinking. We can also go somewhere, socialize ourselves, talk with some, we share our views, we get the ideas from other people, right? And we have to move on in our life as well. Common humanity. Remember, you are not alone, right? Everyone makes mistake, everyone struggles. At times, if anything happens, what we say,
We are human beings.
we are human beings, and we also say,
We have mistakes.
right. So remember, you are not alone. This sentence, we can say that we came alone and we will go alone, right? But here it says, remember, you are not alone. What does it mean? We can't do anything alone, isn't it? We can't do anything alone. For example, today I am standing here. I can't be doing a PD or a workshop or anything alone. What's the sense? Just reading this and I don't share my views. Right? So we can't do anything alone. Right? At times we say money is not everything. But what we can say? Money is everything. Without money we can't go. No taxi driver is going to give us a lift. Right? We have to pay that driver because he is also earning. Right? Sometimes people say, "Arey, money is not nothing." But yes, money is everything. Likewise, we can't do anything alone. Right? We are not alone. There is a procedure at a workplace, there is a criteria, there is a protocol you also have to follow. A worker can't be going without informing to the boss, he can't go to the, can't go and complain. A teacher can't go, move out anytime from the classroom. He or she has to make sure that the child is safe. Someone is there to look after the children in the classroom before he or she moves out from the school compound. So there is a protocol. Right? If you will be alone, anytime you comes and goes. Right. Self-kindness, offer yourself comforting words. It's okay, I am here for you. What do I need right now? The encouragement. Right? Motivate. Encourage everyone instead of discouraging. The foundation, self-care. Fueling your work. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Caring for yourself is a concrete way to signal your own worth. Right? Physical, nutrition, sleep and movement. Emotional, setting boundaries, saying no, engaging in hobbies. Mental, limiting social media, consuming positive content. So we have discussed everything from this slide. The comparison trap, the thief of joy. Compare and despair, comparing your behind the scenes of to everyone else highlight. Reels is a guaranteed path to low self-worth. Social media implies this dramatically. Focus on your own journey, your own progress. Okay. The setting boundaries. Protecting your energy. Boundaries are the limits you set to protect your emotional well-being. Right? They are a declaration of your worth. Saying no to things that drain you is saying yes to your self-respect. So you always have to set your boundaries, right? Even though you are at your home, you have to take out your, like we say that daily routines. What are the routines? In schools we have routines, right? Why can't we set our routine at home? As a student, you set your routine that from this time to this time I'm going to do my studies. This time to this time I'm going to watch news, help your parents, physical activities at outside, right? Instead of watching in phones, you can always go outside for just 1 hour. You can balance your body as well. So that brings your gross motor skills, that builds your gross motor skills with the physical activities as well. And I have mentioned that you can say no at times. Not always. Don't think that I'm telling you to say no to all the things. Right? But please do say no which is not in your JDs at your workplace. And you can explain your parents as well at your home in such a manner that your parents do understand. And you are also satisfied with them. Right? So you have to balance your workplace with your home environment. Embracing imperfection, the beauty of being good enough. Perfectionism is the energy of progress and self-esteem. Right? So being perfect, being perfect. How can you be perfect?
Practice makes perfect.
Yes. So aim for excellence, not perfection. Right? You can't be perfect all the time, isn't it?
Yes.
Everyone makes
Mistakes.
mistakes because we all are human beings. Everyone makes mistakes. Even the head of school makes mistakes. Even we can say God also makes mistakes. Not only us. Give your permission to make mistakes. Right? Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Because when we make mistakes, we learn. Isn't it? We won't be able to learn when we don't make mistakes. At times, we should be sitting in such position. If you know something, and if anyone is saying, do this, you just say, no, I don't know. If you tell me, I will be able to do it. Right? But inside you, you are confident that I know that, but I don't want to tell them. Right? Because you from that you will be able to judge yourself whether you are going on a right track or a wrong track. Right? Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Mistakes are data, not destiny. They are how we learn. The language of affirmations, rewiring your brain with words. Right? Affirmations are positive, present tense statements that can help challenge and overcome negative thoughts. Right? Sometimes that's why I said, please do socialize, do sit with others, do share your thoughts. If you are on a wrong track, you are on a negative, you can get a positive views. You give your positive views, you can also, like, you will give your ideas, you can gain your ideas from others as well. Likewise, we say sharing of knowledge. What's the use? You have knowledge, you keep amongst yourself, you don't want to share. There are people who don't want to share, right? If we'll move around, if some of them will be doing things on their laptop, if we'll move around closer to them, they will just close the laptop. Right? They don't want to share. So I'm like that. If I go near to someone, if they close the laptop or like, I will never go to that person if he or she is busy in there. Because likewise we said, we can judge in a second that how that person is, he or she don't want to share. Right? They must be believable. Instead of I'm a millennial, try I'm capable of creating abundance. Right? Instead of I'm perfectly confident, try I'm growing more confident every day. So at times some of you must have gone through this. If someone is sitting, if you are sitting in a groups, if a topic is arise, for example, buying a car, right? Buying a car, it's like new car, I can say. If you are sitting in a, like, I can say in a groups, right? If you have bought a car and that person don't have money, he will talk so high. I can buy new, brand new car tomorrow. I can buy tomorrow, like that. They will start talk like that. But on the other hand, they don't have money. So please don't do that. Don't think that I'm a millennial, I have money. If you have, then you talk. If you don't have, don't talk big. That's what we say. Don't talk high. Right? Celebrating small wins. Acknowledge your progress. We often overlook small victories while focusing on big, distant goals. Did you get out of bed? Make a healthy meal. Challenge one negative thought. That's a win. Right? Celebrating small wins builds momentum and proves your capability to yourself. The second point, did you get out of bed? Make a healthy meal. Challenge one negative thought. Right? This is very important. Early morning, wake up with a fresh mind. Always forget what has happened in your life last night. Before going to bed, forget everything and then you go to bed. New things. Right? If you fight with anyone, right? For example, today, keep on fighting till late night. Tomorrow, please forget that and then you go to bed. You never know whether your eyes will open next day or not. Right? Don't think that I'm always right. Become a small person and say, apologize. Apologize to that person if you think that that person will never think that he or she is wrong. Right? When you think that, oh, every time she wants to be right, then please say sorry to that person and then move on. And again, next day, that person will never say good morning to you as every day. Right? Even though good night, no, that day because you had a fight. Isn't it? Then you will fight. That will cause your stress management. But become a small person and say sorry and you start messaging that person as a daily routine as a good morning. Right? If that person will reply on you for a good morning or a whatever, then if he in that certain hours, that person should be thinking something that, oh, maybe I was wrong. Right? But then only he or she will reply. If that person will still stick to that, that's we, at one end we say think that we say attitude and ego. Right? If there will be ego in that particular parties, it won't go well. Right? The role of your environment. Want to say anything, Jasmine? If you want to share anything, feel free. I'm giving you ideas. I can also get ideas from you. Right? The role of your environment. Curate your inner circle. You are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. Right? Surround yourself with people who uplift, support, and believe in you. Distance yourself from energy drains and chronic critics. Right? So surround yourself with people who are uplifting you. Sometimes there will be people who will try to make you cool down, right? But you must be knowing that every time there's a trust, right? You trust that your friend, you're telling each and everything, your moves, where you going, what you eating, how many money you have, how much you have. But on the other hand, that person is pulling you down, isn't it? Then you distance yourself. Don't tell everything. Using strengths and values, knowing your core self, identify your strengths. What are you naturally good at? Right? Example, creativity, kindness, curiosity. Right? So everyone has their different strengths in them. So you must be knowing that what are you good at. Right? Some of you are good at driving. Some of you are good at dancing, singing. Right? And some must be sitting, if they have a lot of stress, they must be sitting alone and doing their something creativity, building something, drawing someone, right? So which relieves their stress as well. Define your values. What principles are most important to you? Example, honesty, family and growth. Living a life aligned with your strengths and values is a huge boost to authentic self-esteem. A lifelong practice. It's a journey, not a destination. Right? A lifelong practice is a journey. It's not a destination. Building self-esteem is not a one-time event. There will be good days and bad days. The goal is not to never have a moment of doubt, but to have the tools to navigate it and return to a place of self-worth more quickly. Right? If we have a good days, for example, when we sometimes when we have a good days, we forget about God. When we have a bad days, then we go and beg the God that please give me this, give me that. Right? And if God give you that, you forget. Even forget to thank Him that God you gave me this. Right? It's nature. Right? Building self-esteem is not a one-time event. There will be good days and bad days, as we have said. The goal is not to never have a moment of doubt, but to have the tools to navigate it and return to a place of self-worth more quickly. And your action plan, as you can say, what you have taken from my session, this session, what I have speak out, right? Pick one thing from this presentation to focus on this week, right? You can, after this, you can go back home, and if you want to think, that's what I can say. If you don't want to think about this presentation, fine, good and enough, good enough. But if you want to think about this presentation, then what all I have learned from today, right? What we have learned. It was about our self-esteem, right? At times we go follow a wrong footstep that causes us the headache, like pain, sickness, everything comes alone, right? Challenge one negative thought. Right? Try to challenge one negative thought. Inside you, challenge that I'm not going to do this, which I think is wrong. I'm not going to follow that wrong footstep of my friend who is in a wrong behavior. Right? And also you can challenge that I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to say a negative word to anyone. Set your small boundary. Right? Write down one win each day, and small consistent actions create big change. Right? Anyone has any questions? We have we have round of our session. We have come to an end. And if you have any questions, I can give you 5 to 10, 7 minutes before I end up this session. If you want to discuss in a group, you are most welcome to feel free to discuss, and then anyone can ask me questions.
We don't have any question. We'd like to thank you for this session.
If you don't have any questions, I would like to thank you taking out your precious time and contributing with me, collaborating with me, and make my PD a successful one. And also, thank you so much for giving me time and do run this session with you all. Thank you so much.